Hi, welcome to My Happy Path Online Yoga Studio. My name is Shani Matthews. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please start out by having the hands rest on the knees, letting the eyes close, draw the spine tall, sitting in easy position. Start to feel into the spine as it lengthens. It also allows the pelvis bones to ground deeper into the mat. Bring your attention to the breath, letting everything else drop away and letting the only thing be of importance. Let that be the breath. Starting to enjoy how that breath is lengthening. Taking the time to bring awareness to where within the inhale and exhale there might be tension or roughness, and letting your love linger in those areas for a moment. Starting to feel how the inhale first fills up the bottom of the lungs, touching the stomach, intestines, and pushing down into the pelvis region, and then the middle of the lungs, and then the upper portion of the lungs, and allowing the air pressure to push against the collarbones, kissing the collarbones. And bringing your awareness to the exhale and how the exhale starts at the top of the lungs, moving to the middle, and then the bottom of the lungs as the stomach pulls up and in to extinguish the end of the exhale. On our next 3 rounds of breath, let us have an open mouth exhale, letting go of any extra tension. Inhaling deeply. Letting the tongue stick out with that open mouth. Inhale. One more time. Gorgeous. Now start to allow the body to start spinning in circles, using the hands as traction to bring that circle in a bigger rotation, pulling against the knees with straight arms as you come back, opening the heart forward through the collarbones as you come forward. Inhaling on the way forward. Exhaling as you come back. Keeping those eyes closed. Connecting in with the quiet, serene self that resides within yourself. My intention for today's class is to bring space and awareness to that which we are holding on to that is no longer serving us. And then to bring light and space to that constriction, to that which is holding us back from being our best self, our most inspiring self. Start to allow that circle to rotate on in the opposite direction. Feeling how it starts to open up the different aspects of the body. Starts to connect you in with all of the cells of the body, the joints, the muscles. Keeping that connection to that deep, loving breath. Bringing it into that beautiful 4-2 ratio breath Inhaling and exhaling for a count of 4. And holding for a count of 2. Couple more circles. Connecting in with yourself. And then coming to center one more time. Inhale, allowing the hands to start to rise towards the sky. Feel that expansion, that extension. And then exhale, pull the hands towards the heart. Twice more, inhaling. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Hands coming to the heart. Palpating the center of the chest with the thumbs, eyes closed. Take a moment now to connect in with an intention you would like to create for yourself today. Where in your life do you have something that you need to release? Where in your life are you ready to let go so that you can become your best self? Take a moment to breathe love and gratitude into yourself as you connect in with your highest potential, letting go of that which is holding you back. 3 more rounds of breath here, breathing into that intention. Beautiful. And on your next inhale, let the hands once again rise. Exhale, spin towards the left side of your body. Right hand comes to the left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, spine long. Exhale, twisting from the navel. 2 more breaths here. Inhaling, the spine super long. Exhale. One more time. And exhale. Inhale, come back to center, hands rise. Exhale, spinning towards the right. Left hand to the right knee. Right hand helps that spine lengthen. Exhale, twisting from the navel, letting the shoulders help with that twist a little bit, but never with the head. 2 more breaths here. Gorgeous. And coming back to center, hands towards the sky. Exhale, hands to the heart. Letting yourself come on around so that you can come onto the back. Slowly bring yourself down 1 vertebra at a time. Pull the knees into the chest. Letting the knees rotate the little teeny circles, starting to wake up that sacrum area of the back. Giving yourself a little massage. Caring for yourself, nurturing yourself so that you can be your highest potential. Let the knees rotate in the opposite direction now. And then bringing the knees on over the hips. Feet are in a 90 degree. Let the left hand come into left arm, come into an L, and then let the knees come on over to the right for a kind, loving supine twist. Starting to let that lower back open up and wake up. Keeping the knees as close together as possible. Maybe looking over towards that left hand, maybe not. Letting your neck tell you what feels best. 2 more breaths here. And then lifting the left knee, then the right knee to come back to center. Bringing the knees into a 90 degree again. Right arm comes into that L. Let the knees drift on over to the left side, supine twist. Feeling how that spine lengthens on the floor. And at the end of your next exhale, letting the first right knee rise and then the left knee. Coming back to center, rocking the knees back and forth, left to right. And then coming back to center, placing the feet on the floor, bringing the left knee on top of the right, and then threading that needle, bringing your right quadricep in towards the belly, wrapping the hands around the thigh, and then bringing energy into both feet, pulling those toes towards the body, energizing the feet, energizing the legs as you pull that right quadricep in towards you, opening up that left hip. Keeping the pelvis on the ground, feel into where you are feeling a restriction. The hips hold so much energy for us. Sadness, worry, stress, fear. Connecting with your intention and that emotion that's keeping you back from being your best self. Breathe into the hips while you let go of that is holding you back. 2 more breaths here. On our last breath, let's do that open mouth exhale again. So inhale deeply. Letting it go. Then releasing the hands and let that left foot come on over to the right side of the body again. So that ankle stays on top of the right knee. And just feel into that twist and how that's creating extra space for you. Two more breaths. Exhale, come back to center. Placing the left foot on the ground. Right knee comes on top of the left knee. Pulling that left quadricep into the body. Right foot is super energized, left foot energized as well. Keeping that right ankle stacked on top of the left knee. Pull the quadricep towards the body. Keep your neck long. Spine long, pelvis glued onto the mat. Exhaling, letting that right foot drift on over to the left side of the body. Keeping that right ankle on top of the left knee. And creating the twist. And as you finish the exhale, coming back to center. Bringing the knees once again into the chest. And rocking the hips back and forth with the knees wide. And feel how that brings a little extra space into the inner quadriceps and the attachment to the hip. And then let the legs lengthen long. And taking a moment to do what I call the shuckle, which is making the body rock back and forth by keeping the heels in place but moving the toes up and down. And what you're basically doing here is giving your whole entire body a little minor chiropractic adjustment and creating space within all of the joints of the body, as well as invigorating the cells and the water composition of the body. Breathe into yourself as you shuckle. Couple more breaths, shuckling with loving care. Just love that word, shuckle. And then come to a stop. Feeling into that space, that sparkle. Now pull that left knee into the body. Squeeze that left knee into the left armpit really strongly, cleansing the left kidney. And then straighten that left leg. Grabbing behind the quadricep, the calf. We're bringing the left hand to the left foot. Inhale. Allow the left leg to lengthen even more. Grounding the pelvis into the mat, as well as the top of the left femur bone. Exhale, pull that left leg in towards the body, keeping the right leg awake and energized. Don't let that right leg fall asleep. 3 more breaths here. Inhaling. Exhale, pulling that leg in towards you just a little more. Exhale, pulling that stomach up and in at the end of the exhale. Inhale, reaching towards the foot or the leg, and start to allow that left leg to come on over towards the right side. So straight leg supine twist. Grabbing for the right, that left foot with the right hand. Keep the body really long as you allow the twist to occur, cleansing that lower intestinal tract, creating a slight constriction of blood flow to the reproductive system to help invigorate loving, nurturing, cleansing blood flow when we come out of the pose. 2 more breaths here. Exhale, coming back to center. Squeezing that left knee into the body one more time. And then let the left leg straighten onto the mat. Right knee pulls into the body. Pulling the right knee tight into the armpit. Cleansing the right kidney. Straightening the right leg. Repeating that same grasp as last time. Energizing the left leg. Keeping it awake. As you lengthen the right leg, grounding the top of that femur bone into the mat. And then pulling that leg towards the body, opening the back of the hamstrings. And then reaching with the left hand for the leg or the foot. Bring that straight leg on over towards the left side for straight leg supine twist. The twist creating that constriction within. That when we breathe deeply, brings about more space when we release the pose. 2 more breaths here, breathing into yourself. Exhaling, coming back to center. Squeezing that knee in towards the chest one more time. And letting the right leg straighten to match the left. Staying here in supine pose for a couple rounds of breath and feeling in to the beautiful shifts you've created for yourself. Pulling the knees into the chest. Rock back and forth until you're able to come on up into a sitting position. Pulling the feet in towards the groin area, coming into supine, or not supine, because we're not laying down anymore, but Baddha Konasana. Let the knees start to shake, doing the fluttering butterfly. This is a beautiful way to flush out the reproductive system and help heal any prostate issues for men or ovary cramping issues for women. Keep the spine long while you let the butterfly flap its wings. Once again, letting the eyes closed, connecting in with your parasympathetic nervous system. Nurturing the neural response in the brain. Nurturing your cellular system. Nurturing the endocrine system. A few more breaths here. And exhaling, letting yourself release the feet, pulling the knees together to come on around and to come on to the knees. Inhaling, allow yourself to rise up onto the knees, hands towards the sky. Exhale, bowing down with gratitude, wrapping the hands around and bringing the hands to the feet. 4 more times, inhaling. Exhaling. Inhaling, rising with gratitude to your highest self. Exhale, bowing forward. Twice more. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Taking a moment here in embryo to reconnect with your intention. Breathing love and light into your highest potential. And breathing gratitude into that which was holding you back for a moment and giving you the lessons that you needed to learn so that you can obtain and be in full truth of your highest potential. One more breath here. And exhaling, coming back onto the heels. Bringing the hands to the front of the mat, tucking the toes and rise into down dog. Bending one knee and then the other as you create that perfect, beautiful alignment of the fingers spread, heels disappearing behind the toes, shoulders wrapping towards the mat, creating that beautiful flat back. Inhaling into yourself with loving gratitude. Coming back to center, bend both knees deeply and step to the head of your mat. Inhaling, coming up halfway. Exhale, bowing forward. Taking the feet and walking them to hip width apart. Bring the left hand to the center of the body and right hand comes up high. Let that right hand really feel towards the sky as you create the twist. Keeping the spine long. Maybe bringing a slight smile to the face. And then exhale, right hand comes to center, left hand rises. Feeling into that constriction. Breathing into that place of tension in the center of the belly. One more breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Bending both knees, roll on up. One vertebra at a time. Inhaling into the four corners of the feet and that grounding sensation coming up through the feet, the legs, the hips, up through the spine and into the mind. Calming you, centering you, connecting you with your highest potential. Bringing the feet close together, inhale, hands to the sky, forward fold. Exhale, halfway up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Keeping those feet stacked on top of the, keeping the knees, stacked on top of the feet. Be hard to keep the feet stacked on top of the knees. Make sure that you're keeping your pelvis tucked in so that the core is also engaged. And the hands pull high as you Keep that back flat. Exhale, letting that chair pose lower itself just a little bit as the heart opens up and rises towards the sky. Keeping the connection with that beautiful Ujjayi breath. 2 more breaths here. Breathing into the tension, creating more space for yourself with that breath. And then exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, stepping back into plank. Inhaling in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Inhale, down dog. Exhale, down dog. Bending one knee and then the other. Three rounds of lion's breath with an open mouth. Inhaling deeply. Inhale. Releasing all that is holding you back from being your most brilliant self. Bending both knees deeply. Step or jump to the head of your mat. Inhale, come into chair pose. Creating that stability flowing up through the feet. Strengthening, brightening. Brilliance within. One more breath here. Exhale, standing into mountain pose. Hands come to the heart in prayer. Palpating the center of the chest, feeling into the shifts you've created for yourself. Inhale, hands to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, coming into twisting chair pose. Bring the left elbow outside the right knee. And then either bringing your left hand into a fist and then pressing against that fist with the right hand, or having both hands in prayer. Breathing here, creating that long extension in the spine, and then creating the twist from the navel on the exhale. If you like, you can bring the hands open, left hand to the floor, keeping that elbow outside the knee, or feeling just as good with yourself with staying in prayer hands. 2 more breaths here. Bringing a smile of the face, keeping the knees centered. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, letting it all go as you forward fold. Inhale, stepping back into plank. Inhaling fully in plank. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog. Exhale, down dog. 3 rounds of breath here. Once again, bending one knee and then the other. And then coming back to center, bend both knees and jump or step to the head of your mat. Inhale, climbing up halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Breathing into the strength that resides within you. Letting go of that which no longer serves you. One more breath here. Exhale, rise, coming into mountain pose. Feeling into the four corners of the feet, eyes closed. Let the shifts that you've created for yourself sparkle from within. Inhale, hands to the sky. Forward fold. Rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, twisting towards the left, right elbow outside that left knee, keeping the knees in alignment. Hips are stable and level. Keeping that prayer hands or maybe that left hand stacks on top of a right fist. Inhaling the spine long. Exhale, twisting from the navel. Creating those open arms if you did that on the other side. Breathing into the tension within the center of the body, allowing that breath to create more space for you to become your best self. One more breath here. And exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rising halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Up dog. And child's pose. Let the arms soften, forehead on the mat. Take this time to reconnect with your intention. Sending your intention love and gratitude. Allowing yourself to be your best self. Inhale, coming up onto the heels, bringing the feet around you. And straightening those legs on out, taking a moment to pull the flesh out from underneath the pelvis bones. Inhale the hands high, creating that really long spine, extending up towards the sky as the feet are engaged, legs engaged, kneecaps sliding towards the hips. Exhale, forward fold. Pulling those toes in towards the body. Bring your left hand outside that right foot and then bring the right hand towards the wall behind you, creating a twist. And in this pose, it's really normal for that left leg to want to go to sleep. Keep it awake. Keep it energized. Left toe is still hugging towards the body. Spine long. Right hand reaching towards the wall behind you. Inhale, letting that right hand come back around, creating length on the deepening of the inhale. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, expansion, extending with that inhale. Exhale, forward fold. One more time with movement. And then bringing the right hand on the outside of that left foot, left hand behind you, creating the twist. Right leg stays engaged. Wringing your body out, wringing out anything left within you that's not serving you anymore. One more breath. And then coming back to center. Inhale the spine long one more time. And then forward fold. Holding here for 2 rounds of breath. And then letting that go. And rolling down one vertebra at a time. And repeating kind of what we did with the shuckle, but this time your knees are bent and the feet are on the ground. And you press against the feet to create that shuckle-like effect. And this one's a little bit more loving and awakening for the sacrum and lower back, really helping that area to feel a little extra love. Again, a place we hold so much fear and feeling of lack and not being worthy. Those false beliefs that keep us from being our true self. Breathe into that opening that you're creating as you push back and forth with the feet. One more breath here. And then let yourself come to stillness. Pulling the knees into the chest. Bring the left foot on top of the right. Creating eagle pose like feet. So you're wrapping those feet around the calves. Left arm comes out straight or into an L. And then bringing those knees on over towards the right. If this is too much, you can go back to those knees being stacked on top of each other like we did at the beginning of class. Either way, just breathing into the restriction you're creating so that you may create more space for yourself when coming out of the pose. One more breath. And coming back to center. Unwinding yourself, pulling the knees into the chest. And then repeating it with the right knee on top of the left, intertwining the legs, and then letting the legs venture on over to the left side of the body. Breathing sweet, loving attention into that tight space that's created from the pose. One more breath. And then letting yourself come back to center, unwinding, pulling the knees in towards the chest. Happy baby pose. Feet come towards the sky, wrapping the hands around the ankles or the outsides of the feet. Pulling the knees towards the floor. And then letting the feet go. Coming into Shavasana. Feet spread wider than hip width. Hands wider than shoulder width. Palms facing up if you want to continue connecting with the all-knowing, the love of the universe, the truth of yourself, your brilliance. If you need to connect in with your boundaries, let your palms face the floor. And then allow yourself to fully drop into the sweetness that you've created for yourself. And deep loving gratitude to you for who you are and the brilliance that you bring to the world. Thank you for connecting in and creating your highest potential. Om Namah Shivaya. Namaste.